Obesity certainly increases the chance of infertility and the chance of complications in pregnancy. And one of the most common things I see in women with obesity is something called polycystic ovarian syndrome, where people have infrequent ovulation and infrequent menstrual cycles. If you don't release an egg regularly, it's very challenging to get pregnant because you can't predict when there will be an opportunity for conception. With weight loss, we can see resumption of spontaneous cycles and improvement in the reproductive health of young women. If we're thinking about complications in a pregnancy, every risk a woman can face in pregnancy, to the best of my knowledge, is augmented by obesity. These are really important for women to consider as they're thinking of entering into a pregnancy, because pregnancy is an enormous stress on the body. And there's no getting off that treadmill. Once you enter a pregnancy, with each advancing trimester, the body stress increases, and then you go through delivery. As you advance through that pregnancy with an additional stressor from obesity, there's a higher chance of complications like miscarriage, like birth differences to the baby, like a difficulty diagnosing certain things because ultrasound is less sensitive in detecting differences and complications for women with obesity. If we think about metabolic problems, we see a lot of gestational diabetes, which can have significant impacts for both mums and babies. We also are seeing a major increase in hypertensive disorders of pregnancies, where women outside of pregnancy don't have high blood pressure, but in pregnancies develop high blood pressure, and that can actually develop into life-threatening conditions that can necessitate preterm delivery of babies and significant medical complications for mums. When we look at delivery, there's a lot lower chance of a vaginal delivery, a lot higher chance of very large babies, a lot higher chance of C-sections, and a lot more complications with wound healing from either a vaginal or a cesarean delivery. And when we're thinking about postpartum period, women with obesity have a lot lower chance of having success with breastfeeding and much higher risk of postpartum depression. So the transition to parenthood can be much more challenging for these women.